Hello everyone, I'm Saket Bansal, and again I am talking about using AI for project management related work. Today we are focusing on analyzing the output which I generated out of issues from Jira. So any tool which gives you Excel file talks about your ongoing task or some data, and how using a AI tool, in this case I'm using ChatGPT, we can make some sense out of that particular data. So what I have done is that I looked at my Jira project, and we are using Jira for software. So that was a project. And I exported some of the issues out of it in the Excel format, last 10 weeks issues. And I want to see if I feed that into ChatGPT, what kind of analysis this tool can give me and what kind of interaction I can do with this particular tool so that we can make some sense of the data. The use case we are exploring today is project manager, scrum master, product owner using the AI tool to analyze the data, look for the trend, and find some of the insights so that they can take some actions or help the team to generate some insights during their lesson learns or retrospective meetings. So it's a data analysis use case we are exploring today. So here I start with a prompt, and let me select the file, and I'm saying I have a file here which tells me Jira. Yeah, it's a file. And so what I have done for some of the critical fields which are usually used. So I have prepared some description. So let me think and write something. Attached is the Jira export of issues from last 10 weeks of one of the project. I am looking for some data analysis to generate insights from this. I am also summarizing some of the important fields and their meaning in this file. Now, this is an optional thing. ChatGPT can do some kind of self-analysis as well. But it's good if we can give some description that, okay, what all fields we are using. So here I gave few. I spoke about issue description, and a summary, issue ID, key, parent ID, assignee, reporter, status. So I explained some of the critical fields which I think will help me in preparing this particular insight. So let's see what we can learn from here. So first it is showing me. So it is giving me some feedback to generate insight from your Jira project. I will need to start CSV file that you uploaded. I will look into various aspects, distributions of the issues, and it is saying let's begin by analyzing the data from CSV file. Yeah, okay, go ahead. And it is showing my fields also in a little nice manner. So we can say, yes, it is pretty much understood well. Okay, so it's saying data contain various fields, but our initial analysis will be focusing on this. So we can analyze following aspects: status description, issue types, assign load, report or analysis, creation, time trend. Let's start with the status distribution and issue type analysis. So it proposes what is possible and get started with the one or two of the analysis which they feel. I can pause in between and ask specific analysis also. So I let it play for a while, and then I will do my intervention and say, give me this analysis. And I don't want to get a lot of your analysis in a one go. Let's see, we'll play with it for some time and it will generate some insight for us. So it's analyzing for, I think, status distribution. Okay, issue type, assign workload, assignees workload, reporters analysis, how many issues are getting reported by whom, and some kind of creation time analysis. Okay. Okay, so it prepared some graph for me and it is showing in a one go. I'm sure some of you may find it little surprising, but yes, it is showing me how many issues were in a done category, how many are in a backlog, and how many are in progress. So I think I have feeded the data of around 650 issues. You also get some types, issue types. Here we only had few. Reporter analysis came, who has reported how many issues. So my name is also appearing as a reporter as well as assignee workload. And creation time trend also, it is showing that when the issues are getting created, that it is like a last 10-week data. So it will maybe randomly had some old data, but definitely it will be focusing on the recent duration issues more. So we know that this is something here. Now, now it's my time to start focusing on this. I can say, show me some trend which shows weekly issue creation for last 6 weeks. Yeah. So it is doing some analysis and hopefully it will show me a trend for 6 weeks. Okay, so there is a error here. It came, but it is a little with error. So probably it shows me a number of issues created in the last 6 weeks, and this is how the trend seems to be coming. So I need to click regenerate because there was an error here. So let's see because it get resolved. And I want to focus on a bar chart. So I can stop and say plot bar chart for last 6 weeks issues. Yeah. So hopefully this time it will pass through without the error and we'll get the result of something coming out from the last 6 weeks. Okay, so something like this coming up. So I can see that from last 2 weeks, we have a less issues. We had a festive season here, so that's pretty much obvious. And before that, we had many issues there. Okay, so can you plot the bar chart showing the issues, showing only the in progress issues? In this chart, along with person assigned to it. So something like I want to see that can I get a graph where only I see in progress issues which were came in the last 6 weeks and probably some kind of pointer who is expected to work on it. Yeah. So I could mention status in progress. Let's see if the ChatGPT can understand what I mean by in progress. If I have to talk to Excel, then I need to select the column and filter that, this is what I mean by in progress. But here I just said that. Let's see what will be the result. Okay, so analysis is happening and probably looks like this was a little difficult query. I hope it shows something rather than generate again. In the meantime, I can think about my next move. So yeah, we have issues coming in. They are just created issues, so won't make much sense. I need to understand resolution time as well. So though I have not specified the resolution column very clearly, let's see. Okay, so it is giving, but the colors are little mix matched. So it is showing me in progress tasks, which are created at different point in time. So we just have a 4 5 less number of tasks in a simple word, but yeah, there is some thing coming in. Okay, so let's uh, include the backlog status tasks as well in this graph. So with each command, I don't think it should go into that much analysis. Yeah, because if the data is fresh, I expect little fast response for the similar kind of queries. But I do see looks like the tool starts from somewhere little behind, and it takes time to come up with the subsequent queries. But again, far faster, I guess, if I compare with my Excel thing. And it's easy. I'm relaxed. I can take a little another focus by the time it is showing me something. Yeah, there is a risk of me getting distracted somewhere else, but if I keep spending time and keep looking at the data upward, then I think I'm making good use of the time. By the mean, here it is coming in. Okay, so looks like something is coming up, and we also have a backlog thing. So the color selection is not good. I can probably, let's see if I ask, give me a little better color selection, because all all looking green. Yeah, give the better colors uh, in the in the bar chart, since as of now all looking green. Bring some contrast colors. Let's see if this request can also be accepted. And this is, I'm just telling the chart to update the color. That's it. So that these things makes little sense here, rather than they all look green to me. Yeah, light green, a little bit here and there. Yeah, so it could do that. Yeah, so here we have a contrast colors. So probably we can see a little bit of these details. Now, if it is looking, now this thing you can say, oh, I can do it in Excel also. I probably want to limit. I can say, show me the top 4 people only, and group others in others. Yeah. So you can say, show me top 4 assignees and group the rest in under others. So that's little bit take a time when I do it in Excel, because I need to map and do things. If that gets done a little easily here in such kind of tools, then I think that's a real value add. Now I need to give that command, but this thing can help me in coming up with that data. So let's see if the grouping can happen here. Okay, so we can get top 4 people names, and everything is others. So this is something I feel is a good value when we use a tool like ChatGPT. So we spend good time talking about assignees analysis, little bit of timelines. Let's see if we can get some more information. It depends upon the data as well. Um, can you plot a bar chart showing issues created versus resolved in a given week for last 7 weeks? Now I'm changing the timeline also, so it has to go from 6 to 7. And I am getting rid of people focus. I am focusing on issues created versus resolved. And let's see if it was not included. The resolution thing was not included in my summary explanation. It is there in the file, I guess, but let's see what kind of analysis this thing can bring up when I talk about created versus resolved issues. So I can go on and keep thinking whatever is relevant here, and keep asking the tool. But the basic message which I wanted to communicate here is that it has good capacity to analyze our data. And yeah, so it is trying to plot the time again. So let me fix the generate chart for you. So first attempt was little failure, maybe because we disturbed the data set. And let's see what happens in the next attempt. uh, yeah, so that's the whole intent of playing with this tool here. So this time the tick is coming. Okay. So something came, created versus resolved. Now I need to see some story here. Like we need to understand what they have done it. So they are explaining it. Yeah. So here the bar chart shows the number of issues created versus resolved for the last 7 weeks. Each bar represents a week, with the blue portion including the number of issues created. The green portion indicates the number of issues resolved during that week. This visualization helps to compare the productivity of issue closed over a time. Okay. So how you came to know about issue resolved in a given week, means which fields were used. Yeah, so I asked, because I'm a little confused. How do you know that issues resolved in that particular thing? uh, uh, okay, so they are saying that in the absence of the resolved field, I made an assumption based on status column using done as an indicator that issues was resolved. And then common interpretation of project management, where done means things. Okay, yeah, that's good. And however, there is an assumption may not be accurate, recording some resolution maybe after that. If the lag between issue and mark done, then it is usually to know. In more detailed Jira report, there would be typically be a resolution date field that we could use for the kind of analysis. If there is a resolution date or similar field in your data, we can use that instead, but please let me know. Great. So that's the whole thing. I'm asking the detail as well, and we can validate what is happening, and it is coming with your own insight. And I can dig, okay, what you are doing here, probably this thing. Probably maybe a last try, and just to show you the power, nothing much. Okay, can you plot a lead time distribution chart for last 7 weeks? So the overall lead time distribution, it's not a default chart in case of Jira, but the data should be able to help us in making that. Let's see if we can come up with typically calculated time difference between this. However, without explicit start date, resolution date, completion, it is not possible to calculate the lead time. Okay, so we can focus on created date. And in case I calculate the lead time for each. Could you confirm if the fields are available for your data set, or if the created date could be used as a start date for the calculation? Yes, yeah, you can definitely says, yeah, created date can be used for start date. And yes, I can say that, yes. So the tool is coming up with some intelligence, and then sometime making assumption and plotting something. I can ask about the assumption. Sometime when the tool is confused about the assumption, they put that question in front of us and help us in identifying that is this assumption is right or wrong. And based on that, it goes further. So that's the another thing which is good for analyzing such kind of data set. So the first thing came with the error. Let's see if it can recap and do the calculation up here. Yeah, so let's see if they can try it again. Yeah. So I'm waiting to let the tool try it again and see if we are able to do it. The thing I liked is grouping. The thing I liked is sometimes we have a missing field. We can give instructions here. Oh, if this is null, you can use this. In the Excel, I need to put that logic, do the copy, and then replot the graph. those things can become faster here. Okay, so lead time in days and the frequency. Um, okay, but it is coming lead time in a days and a frequency, yes, but the lead time distribution chart, can you make a clear bar chart? Yeah. Uh, right now it is looking weird thing. Lead time in days, okay, but this is looking little clumsy. So if we have little separation between the days, then probably we can get a lead time distribution chart. So what I am seeing is the 6 days lead time kind of thing was observed for 35 issues. Yeah, 35 plus issues. Yeah, so this is little yeah, this is how we can create a lead time in days and the number of issues. So I can, by seeing this, I can say that majority of issues get done in a 2 to 3 days time. Yeah, that's there. And I can even plot my kind of a bell curve out of it. It is good bell curve towards the later side. And yes, there are good number of issues which are taking more 6 or more days to get it resolved. But this is how our lead time distribution chart is coming. Now you can plot other charts, other analysis using this particular data. You can identify who is loaded how much. You can also identify who is taking the maximum time. So can I have a person-wise lead time? Yeah, those kind of analysis can also be counted depending upon our data provides it. So I'm not going further in detail. I'm leaving you to play with it. The intent for demonstrating this particular tool with this use case is you can do data analysis using AI tool, using ChatGPT kind of tool. And as the power of AI tools are increasing, they are becoming our new excellent word. The way a project manager should use MS Excel, MS Word, MS Project PPT, project schedule. Similarly, we are expected to use ChatGPT as well. So it is an intelligent tool which gives us lots of analysis, lots of information, and I should be able to make good use of tools like this. And most of my employers and future jobs would be looking for ability to use ChatGPT to speed up your project work, project analysis, and provide insightful data.